this rash of robberies involving FedEx and UPS trucks, are they the new armored truck?
It seems like it, right? I mean, we remember those old stories about the bad guys on ponies, robbing the postal workers back in the 1800s, and it looks like we're kind of getting back into that mentality now. It's important to point out that obviously the way that UPS and FedEx operate now is very much a consumer market. I mean, that's where we buy a lot of our stuff now. We don't go to stores; we buy stuff online, and as a result, thieves know that, and when those trucks pass through the neighborhood, they know it's loaded up with goodies, whether it be clothes, technology, various other products. So this is an opportunity to target one of these trucks, and we've seen a rash of these, not just in Chicago, where, by the way, we've had 6 to 7 over the last month, but in cities like Detroit, near Phoenix, Arizona, all across the country. People seeing thieves seeing this as an opportunity to take packages and to rob drivers.
It's kind of like the movie Goodfellas with the hijacking the tractor trailers.
Exactly, and that's the thing. This isn't, we've done stories, and I'm sure you've seen a ton of stories over the last few years about packages being left out on doorsteps and thieves coming up and taking it. Well, with all the cameras available now, you can see the thieves walk up and take these products. But now, what we're seeing with these trucks is not only the thieves taking packages, but actually stealing the truck itself. In many of these cases, the thieves, maybe 2 or 3 of them masked, jump on the truck, rob the driver, kick the driver out, and then steal the truck because there are 200-plus packages on there that they can sift through. In a case here in Chicago this week, actually after Christmas, it was a 15-year-old who robbed a FedEx truck, actually got into a high-speed chase with police, and then crashed the vehicle. So he now faces charges, but it just shows you the extent that some people are willing to go to, get hands on the goodies you're ordering.
Right. And I laugh because it sounds so outrageous, stealing the UPS truck, but it makes it very dangerous for these drivers. I mean,
Absolutely, and think about these trucks too. A lot of them don't have doors, right?
That's right.
How many times have you pulled up to a red light and then the UPS truck drivers, you essentially hanging out the door?
And that was all designed that way so that they could get in, out quicker. It's all a matter of workflow, but it leaves them vulnerable.
Absolutely, and a lot of times, they're out running, packages to doorsteps and leave the truck running, and they're vulnerable that way as well. So got a message from FedEx, asked them about this. They said they continue to evaluate and implement procedures that enhance the security system, but they're not going to discuss specific details. Obviously, anything that we say would, they believe, let thieves kind of be more aware of what it is they're doing. Now, we've got a community activist here in Chicago who's seen this rash of robberies and has talked with some of these FedEx drivers, and he thinks that FedEx should be putting 2 drivers in these vehicles, especially in some of these more dangerous neighborhoods in urban areas. So that's what he's recommending, and we'll see. I have a feeling many of these vehicles do have some kind of security devices, whether it be cameras on them, but as you heard from that statement, FedEx really isn't going to let us in on that.
Kind of like a riding shotgun, as they say, from the old days.
Exactly.
Well, what about New Year's Eve up in Chicago, Ryan? What are you all doing up there?
What do we got going up here? Well, we've got this thing called Chi-Town Rising. It's the second year of the event, and it's the Midwest version of the New Year's Eve ball drop in New York, except for this is a star that rises up. It's along the riverfront. A lot of concerts planned, fireworks planned as well, and of course we got the big Winter Classic game down by you, right?
Absolutely. Are you coming down to watch your?
From what
Blackhawks?
I hear, I need to pack my umbrella because it sounds like it's going to be warm and wet. So I am not coming down. I do work with one of the affiliates of the Blackhawks radio, but I will be working up here in Chicago and monitoring all of the action from up here.
Very good. Well, as long as people are a little bit patient down here, it's going to be a great hockey game. We just have to. We get used to waiting for rain delays in baseball.
Sure.
In other sports, they're just not used to it in hockey, but it'll all be just fine. It'll be a good game.
It could give new meaning to playing on the pond, right?
That's
because it could be a pond when all is said and done.
Yeah, back to my days growing up, and we used to skate on the pond up in New Hampshire, and sometimes that was it. You were skating on an inch of water, above the ice. Ryan Burrow, ABC News correspondent, Chicago. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us.
Take care.
It is 7:25, KTRS, the Big 550. It is 34 degrees. Coming up in the next hour, Bob Zaney,